There are no sealing lock nuts specifically approved for rigid polyvinyl chloride or PVC conduit fittings. However, there are underwriters' laboratories or all approved O-rings made for this purpose. Several manufacturers provide these O-rings. Firstly, LE's Cable Control makes Airiflex O-rings. Secondly, Red Seal Electric manufactures universal O-rings. Thirdly, Sears Manufacturing produces seal-tight O-rings. The following O-rings are underwriters' laboratories listed for use with rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit fittings: Airiflex O-rings at 122,938, universal O-rings at 101,604, and seal-tight O-rings E186,160. When installing the O-rings, firstly, apply a thin layer of dielectric grease to the O-ring. Secondly, place the O-ring onto the threaded end of the conduit. Thirdly, screw the conduit into the rigid polyvinyl chloride conduit fitting until snug. Fourthly, tighten the lock nut onto the conduit, ensuring that it compresses the O-ring. As an alternative sealing method, liquid-tight conduit fittings can be used. These fittings provide a watertight seal between the conduit and the enclosure. Another alternative is to use caulk. A non-hardening caulk can be applied around the base of the conduit where it enters the enclosure. Lastly, masking tape can be used. Wrap masking tape around the base of the conduit, overlapping it several times to create a watertight seal. Always consult the manufacturer's instructions for proper installation and sealing methods. The National Electrical Code Section 312.2 addresses the requirements for damp or wet locations concerning switchboards, switchgear panel boards, and motor control centers. It mandates that in damp or wet locations, these enclosures must be placed in or protected to prevent moisture or water from entering and accumulating within the enclosure. This protection can be achieved through several means. Firstly, the enclosure can be designed to be weatherproof. Secondly, it can be installed in a location that is not subject to the elements. Thirdly, it can be equipped with features that prevent water from entering. The specific requirements for protection vary depending on the type of enclosure and the location in which it is installed. For example, an enclosure installed outdoors must be more robustly protected than one installed indoors. Similarly, an enclosure that houses sensitive electronic equipment must be more tightly sealed than one that houses only basic electrical components. The purpose of Section 312.2 is to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical equipment in damp or wet locations. By preventing moisture from entering enclosures, the risk of electrical shock, equipment failure, and fire is reduced. The section references other articles within the National Electrical Code that provide further guidance on the types of enclosures and protection methods that are acceptable. These include articles that cover enclosures for specific types of equipment, such as motors and transformers, as well as articles that address the general requirements for enclosures in different environments. Compliance with Section 312.2 is essential for ensuring the safe and compliant installation of electrical equipment. The electrical inspectors and qualified personnel are responsible for verifying that installations meet these requirements during inspections and installations. Failure to comply with these requirements can result in code violations, which can lead to fines, project delays, and potential safety hazards. The requirements of Section 312.2 are intended to provide a baseline level of protection against moisture and water damage in electrical installations. In situations where there is a high risk of water exposure, additional measures may be necessary to ensure the safety and reliability of the equipment. These measures may include the use of specialized enclosures, additional sealing, and other protective devices. Electrical installations located in areas subject to flooding, frequent rainfall, or high humidity require careful consideration of these factors and the implementation of appropriate protective measures. Understanding the requirements of Section 312.2 is crucial for anyone involved in the design, installation, or maintenance of electrical systems in damp or wet locations. By adhering to these requirements, you can help ensure the safety and reliability of electrical equipment and protect against the potential hazards associated with moisture and water intrusion. Always consult with qualified electrical professionals and refer to the latest edition of the National Electrical Code for detailed guidance on specific applications and installations.